So today I'm working on a large triptych. So it's 3 panels of 30 by 30. And so you can see as I'm going through, I had to rearrange my studio, and I'm right at the door here in order to be able to fit it all in. But I really have to kind of put them all beside each other to kind of get the flow. What I like to do is, for example, right here, where the panels come together, I like to make sure that there are at least a few of the petals that overlap those two. So even though the panel isn't going to be hung exactly against each other, the eye kind of fills in the gap, and it kind of creates this really good kind of energy. So I've started working these pieces already, and so I typically like to have a bit of a random pattern of color, and then I like to pop in the darks as I move forward. So I've been working on this one for a few hours already. The background obviously is already done. And so now I'm just going to play a little bit with some of the color. So like I said, I like to mix at least 4 or 5 colors on the knife. I've got some sort of pinks and oranges going on here. This is kind of a lighter with a bit of a Hansa yellow, so I'm going to kind of work on that a little bit. And what I will typically do is pull in other colors as I'm doing it so that I get kind of a good mix of this bright. This is where, you can see if I hold these pieces together, I have at least a few of them that are going over the balance, because I want this to look like it's kind of a natural piece. So it's going to, when you look at this overall, you're going to see there's a lighter green area here, probably going to go to a darker green. This is going to go, I think, more to the silvers and blues. I haven't quite... I can't say that I honestly planned it out that carefully. I like it to be a little bit more intuitive than that. Adding some sienna. I also like to have a little bit of darker colors. And anyway, so you can see basically what I'm doing is I have to keep a really clean knife. It's really important that my edges are really sharp. Otherwise I get, what ends up happening is I get pieces that kind of flow where I don't want them to be. So that's kind of what my challenge is. So you can't actually see it as well because they kind of cover themselves, but you can kind of see here I've got, I actually have about 6 colors on here. And so what happens is that as I start to blend them and I pick up from other colors, it ends up kind of creating this nice energy. I want to pull it back a little bit, so I'm putting a little bit of blue in. What that does is that just starts to blend this part, so it kind of has a, and I don't really want a straight stop here. I want it to be kind of a continuation. So by adding a few of these blue-green colors in, but then picking up the yellows and the greens that are already here, and that kind of does that for me. I like to do, let's see, this already has some of the pinks, and because the pinks are on this dark turquoise, they do kind of fade a little bit. So I'm going to go back and get a little bit of orange, just put that in here, some pink and some silvers. These ones that are kind of, these petals are on their own, and try and, as much as possible, make them look kind of a bit random. But I do really like this hot pink beside the turquoise. Anyway, that's kind of what I'm working on, and I will kind of keep in touch, but I just thought I'd just show you a little bit about what the process is and how I'm working on this. So have a great day.